What's going on, everyone? It is Paul, the 920 trader with 920 trading. I think you're going to like today's subject. Last week, we talked about green lights in trading, specifically stacking the probabilities or the green lights before we put on a trade. You know, it's 920 traders. We use the 9 and the 20 for both support and resistance, but it gives us those buying signals, which is really, really cool. Now, when we combine the 920 with major levels, things like pre-market high, pre-market low, we talked about those things last week. POC, when we combine those things, we're stacking the probabilities. Now, every trade's not going to be a winning trade. Even when you stack all the probabilities in your favor, there's no way to know which trades are going to be winners and which trades are going to be losers. But again, we talked about stacking probabilities last week. This week, let's talk about what we're looking for to not put on a trade. Because we've had those days before we're looking at the chart and it's like, it's not setting up. Why is it not setting up? And you kind of feel something is off. But there's actually 5 or 6 things that I look for in order to determine whether I'm going to put on a trade or not. Actually, not. I'm looking at these 5 things to say basically, hey, the trade's not there. It's not there for me. First thing I look for, and this is kind of as an aside, I'm looking for the pre-market range. If we have a decent range in pre-market, generally speaking, unless there's a catalyst, but if we have a decent pre-market range, I'm getting some green lights there. If we don't, well, that's kind of a red light. But the first red light that I'm looking for happens the first candle every single day. What's that? It's volume. It's volume. We have to have volume. Now, if you're looking at SPY, generally speaking, what I'm looking for on SPY is I'm looking for 5, 6, 7, 800,000 shares to be traded on that first minute. If we have something like that, 600,000 to 700,000, over 500,000, generally speaking, it's going to be a decent day. Generally speaking. Now, if you have one of those days where it's, a couple 100,000, 200, 300,000, there's no conviction in that, folks. There's just no conviction. Now, here's the thing. We have to have volume to have conviction, but we can have no conviction even with high volume. It can be just back and forth and back and forth. But we have to have, and again, I'm speaking in general terms. If you don't have good volume on that first candle, generally speaking, it's not going to be the best trading day. Always, nope, but again, generally speaking. So we have that. Now, the next thing I'm looking for is major levels. So while I'm looking for major levels to put on the trade, if we don't have major levels, and again, we're looking for one of 4 different specific ways to play the 920. If nothing is right at a major level, guess what? We're not putting on a trade, folks. So that is the second thing that we're looking at, is to say, you know what, I'm not going to put on the trade. If there are random areas where you're getting a crossover to the upside or the downside, don't put on the trade. Why would you do that? There's enough randomness in the world, folks, and there are enough times that we're able to execute off of major levels. Again, stacking probabilities. If we don't have a major level off of where to work, we're not going to put on that trade, folks. Again, off of which to work. That is what I was looking for, off of which to work. If there's not a major level, don't put on the trade. And again, the 4 things that we're looking for. We're looking for the aggressive, we're looking for a fishtail, double cross, or conservative play. Again, we need those major levels. We need those because something has happened in the past. If we're not at a major level, guess what? Don't put on the trade. Again, that's a red light. We had green lights last week. We're talking about red lights this week. Next one, overall daily volume. So we're talking about that first candle volume. Well, look at the 5-minute volume. What does it look like? And look at what we did the previous day in that same time frame. If you see, it's much, much less volume, guys, we don't have to put on a trade. There are day traders out there. I'm talking about day traders, that they will go days and days and days and their edge does not present itself. But once it does, once their edge presents itself, they put on the trade and they go heavy. Again, we don't have to trade every day, folks. If you're getting red lights all over the place or stop signs, or you're not hitting your major levels or have volume or anything like that, do not put on the trade. The next one is no clear setup. I mean, we know what we're looking for on a setup. Again, we're looking for one of 4 different things, and it has to be at a major level, and we have to have volume. If we don't have clear setups, why in the world would you ever in your life want to put on a trade? Boredom? If you're trading based on boredom, walk away. Seriously, go take a walk, do anything else, go wash your dog, go clean your room, go, do whatever, but don't put on a trade out of boredom. How do I know these things? I've done all these, I've made all these mistakes, folks, and I'm sure most of the people out here have made a lot of these same mistakes also. These aren't thoughts that I'm just pulling out of the ether. These are things that I've done, folks. I've made these mistakes. So if you don't have a clear setup, it's not one of those situations, well, I think it's going to work because I've seen this work in the past. No. If it is not specifically laid out in your trading plan, again, a clear setup, don't put on the trade. I mean, we don't gamble, folks. We are the casino. We're not the person going into the casino. Again, we're stacking the probabilities in our favor. If the probabilities are not stacked in your favor, again, red lights, don't put on the trade. Next thing, and this is a big one, folks. This is a big one. So, but very, very important. You're just not feeling it. Maybe you're not feeling it for the day for whatever reason, or, it's morning or afternoon or whatever. Maybe you're not feeling well. Okay. Maybe you just don't like the way that the chart is looking. Maybe you heard for whatever reason, you are not feeling it. That is probably the best reason to not put on a trade. Your trades will reflect how you are feeling on the inside, folks. They will. I mean, we're just watching lines on a screen. Anybody can really be taught to watch the lines on a screen and execute when the market does this. But it takes a little bit longer, and this is also teachable, but it's a mental part, folks. It's a mental part. If you are not feeling it, don't put on the trade. I mean, it's that simple, folks. If you're not, why would you want to put on a trade if you're feeling grumpy? Why would you want to put on a trade if you just had a fight with your spouse? Why would you want to put on a trade if you normally get depressed on days that it rains and it's raining outside? Again, there are a bunch of different reasons why you're just not feeling it. But for whatever reason, if you're not feeling it, walk away. Guess what? The market's going to be here when you come back. It's not going away, folks. And guess what? You're going to get more setups. It's not a one-time setup, and that's the only setup you're going to have in your entire life. If you're not feeling it, walk away, folks. So again, the things that we need to have, but if we don't have them, these are red lights. Lack of volume on the first minute candle. Okay, no major levels off of which to take a trade. Okay, that's number 2. Third one is going to be low total volume on the day or during a specific time period. Next one is lack of clear setups. Again, all these things are kind of all together at the same time. If you don't have volume, you don't have a setup. Okay, if you don't have a major level, you don't have a setup. So again, no clear setups because of those other things. And the last one, again, folks, if you're just not feeling it, go do something else. Seriously, if you trade full time, go do something else. The market is going to be here. Take a drive, take a walk, go to the gym, do anything, read a book, get your mind off the market. You don't need to trade it every day, folks. I mean, we like to trade. We love to trade. I mean, there's nothing in the world that I would rather be doing right now for a career than trading. I mean, can you think of anything else that's better than what we do right here? I can't. I've been a very, very blessed individual for a very, very long time. But there's nothing in the world that I would rather do than do this right here, right now. This is it, folks. This is it. I mean, this is it. This is the best thing in the world. And again, folks, just remember this. There's never been another time in history, ever. There has never been another time in history that the commissions are lower, that we've had as much education as we have right now, that the technology, it's never been better. All these things have never been better. The spreads have never been tighter. In the history of mankind, folks, we are in the golden age of trading right now. So again, folks, you got your green lights last week. Our red lights this week. But buckle in, folks. Buckle in and really, really dig in. I mean, you're in the golden age of trading right now. But anyway, red lights today, folks. But you guys know the rest. If you like our videos, please go ahead and like and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content. Leave us a comment. We always appreciate the comments. Give us a thumbs up. All that kind of good stuff, folks. I respond to each individual comment. I do. I just do. Also, don't forget to share with your friends, your neighbors, trading community, everybody Everybody out there, folks, share the videos. We also appreciate that. Now, here's where the rubber meets the road, folks. Well, here's the thing. If you're interested in the strategy, go on over to 920trading.com. The entire strategy is there for the world to see. So you not only get the videos at no cost to you other than your time, the strategy is available at 920trading.com at no cost to you other than your time. It's all right there, folks. You get everything at no cost to you. Now, if you're interested in that live daily trading where we go over setups all day long setups, folks, every single day, we're going over setups all day long. If you're interested in that, and why wouldn't you be, head on over to 920, our live trading Discord. It's called 920 Trading. What else would it be called? It's called 920 Trading. There's a link for that down below, folks. Seriously, click on that link. We're going to give you that first week for free. If it is something that you enjoy, seriously, click on that link. Why would you not? It's the first week is free, folks. We'll make you a better trader. How's that? That's the deal. We'll make you a better trader. But anyway, I hope everybody had a good trading week, a good trading day, all that kind of good stuff. Above all else, I hope you followed your specific strategy. It's all about the strategy, folks. That's what it's all about. It's all about your plan. It's about your written trading plan. Hey, I hope everybody has a good Memorial Day weekend. Remember why we're having Memorial Day. Anyway, folks, I hope everybody has a great rest of the day. Have a great weekend, and you guys know the rest. I will see you in the markets.